Khamzat Chimaev shared a DM between him and Gilbert Burns where both seem to be agreeing to fight on April 9th. The DM shows Gilbert asking for April 9th and Khamzat replying, "Let's go, champ." If Khamzat defeats currently ranked number 2 Burns, he would have a reasonably strong case for a title shot versus Kamaru Usman. As far as why Burns is interested in the fight, it seems more to be with lack of willing opponents to face him. He said to Combate, "A lot of people did not accept to fight me, so the negotiation has been a little more complicated. I keep watching fights, and when somebody in my division is fighting, I go crazy wishing that they would call me out, but nobody does. We'll see when this next fight comes." Michael Bisping gave his take on who Charles Oliveira's most likely opponent would be between Conor McGregor and Justin Gaethje, and he believed it to be Conor. His reasoning was that Charles is ultimately a prize fighter and would look for the biggest prize while taking the smallest amount of risk, which in this case would be Conor, and it would be hard to criticize him for it. Here's what he had to say.
There's no bigger prize, there's no bigger or brighter red panties that you can fucking get than fighting Conor McGregor. And if you're Charles Oliveira, coming from the slums of Brazil, from the favelas, through the hardship, the ups and downs, the adversity that he's had in his life, and then you say to him, "Hey, do you want to fight Justin Gaethje, a stone cold killer, a man with heavy hands, a granite chin, crazy wrestling? Or do you want to fight Conor McGregor, a guy that hasn't won a fight since 2016, a guy that's recovering from a broken leg, that hasn't trained for about the last year, and by all accounts has ballooned up and looks like the fucking a mini Incredible Hulk right now, who's going to have to lose all that weight to get back down to 155. If I'm Charles Oliveira, I am picking Conor McGregor all day long."
Urijah Faber got word that Cub Swanson was interested in an honorary WEC belt bout versus him, since the two had always been at the cusp of fighting but never truly got the opportunity. Faber took to YouTube and responded positively to Cub's request. Check it out.
Directly afterwards in the press conference that his dream fight would be fighting Palm Springs against yours truly. He wants to drop to 135. Yeah, I know he broke his hand. That might give me enough time to train. He's going to drop down to 35s. We were supposed to fight back in 2004 with King of the Cage at a short notice for $1,000. I think they're going to pay him a couple $100, and they're going to pay him like $1,000, and that never happened. So, Cubby, I'm honored that I'm your dream fight here in this scenario. So we might find out who the King of California is.
Strickland recently posted himself knocking out his training partner on social media and upset many fans as they felt he went too hard on him. Chael Sonnen jumped on his podcast to defend Strickland as he's had personal experiences with him in the training room. Check it out.
I have to defend Sean. Sean was one of the most trustable and best teammates I have ever had. I trusted him completely with my body. He went very hard. He was very competitive trying to win rounds, but he was very controlled. And whether it was me or whoever his other partners were, he never hurt anybody. And I do have to defend him in that video. That was an unfortunate incident, but Sean was padded up, and Sean did throw that kick appropriately. His opponent reacted, dropped his... It was just one of those things where it's just the wrong time, everything that happened, boom, they collide. But I don't like the idea of Sean getting a bad rap. I really don't. He's a... If you see him come in your gym, embrace him. Tell him hello. He's a trustable, hard-working, honest guy, and he'll come back tomorrow.
The Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovski fight will unfortunately have to wait as Max has suffered an undisclosed injury according to MMA Fighting. As soon as the news was announced, Henry Cejudo, who has been campaigning to fight Volkanovski for some time now, took to Twitter and said, "Triple C to the rescue. Dana White, you have my number." And finally, Jake Paul says Dana White's time has expired after giving him 5 days to take him up on his offer. He said, "5 days have passed, and while I've agreed to be tested, Dana has vanished like Casper. Dana, my one fight deal. I will fight for 50K, the new min. You make millions off of me, and all of UFC fighters benefit from the new min. Rev share, and healthcare." Dana has not yet responded. As always, guys, if you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button for me. If you're new, subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date. Thanks for watching.